Ancient Indian epics typically define great kingdoms by their grand architecture, the palaces of Ayodhya or the massive walls and paved roads of Lanka. Kishkindha appears in the record as a mythological backdrop, the forest home of heroes like Hanuman and Sugriva. Yet the texts omit the traditional palaces and fortifications found in its contemporaries, describing a kingdom that functioned without built walls. Analyzing Kishkindha as a specialized asymmetric civilization reveals how its inhabitants weaponized the natural environment instead of building over it. This shift in perspective changes the definition of what an advanced ancient society looks like. The geographic reality of Kishkindha matches the terrain of modern-day Hampi, a landscape dominated by massive, chaotic granite formations. The civilization utilized these granite mountains and twisting passes as a primary defense. This chaotic layout made the region impossible to navigate for traditional infantry. High granite ridges provided natural watchtowers, while the river systems created hard boundaries that funneled movement into easily defended choke points. The greatest military asset of Kishkindha was the decision to leave the terrain undisturbed. Textual references to caves within the kingdom describe a specific functional architecture. These systems provided a decentralized urban infrastructure, offering secure storage, collective meeting spaces, and integrated defensive fallback positions beneath the stone. By utilizing subterranean networks, the civilization masked its population size and resource wealth from outside observers. This internal architecture granted Kishkindha a tactical secrecy that visible cities could not achieve. Ancient empires typically depended on paved roads for logistics. Kishkindha operated through off-road hypermobility, moving through the landscape with speed that was unbound by roads. This required a high level of environmental intelligence, the ability to navigate trackless forests and scale mountain ranges without reshaping the earth. The accounts of the search for Sita document the mechanics of this mobility during a large-scale intelligence operation. Coordinated search teams were dispatched simultaneously in 4 cardinal directions, reaching the known limits of the subcontinent. Executing this synchronized grid required established leadership, long-distance communication lines, and a standardized geographic mapping of distant terrains. This operation demonstrates a level of organizational coordination and logistical capacity that functioned efficiently without traditional physical infrastructure. Kishkindha shows that strategic power can be built on frictionless adaptation to nature. Individual figures like Hanuman and Sugriva were the logical results of a society that prioritized environmental mastery. If the civilization was this coordinated and strategic, it forces us to re-examine the identity of its citizens. Who exactly were the Vanaras? The literal traditional interpretation describes monkey-like beings, but the organizational evidence suggests an elite forest-dwelling culture or a human society remembered through complex symbolism. Identifying the historical reality of the Vanaras is the next step in decoding the true scale of ancient history.